How are we all, everyone? Welcome back to another live show on the channel. Yes, you probably know what we're talking about. What happened on Thursday? Yes, new ownership. Mike Ashley free of the football club now. And I bet you are all delighted about this as well. So there you are. So yes, so as I mentioned, I am also delighted we are Mike Ashley free of the football club. Let me know as always as well down in the live chat. If you do want to come in the show, the link is in the description. I am trying to pin it in the live comments as well. Hopefully, I think I managed to do that. I was having a bit of difficulty just before as well. So there you are. So there you are. I think we're going to have this stream for about an hour and a half, round about the most, because afterwards I'll have to go to get my tea. And of course, you know what we've got at 8 o'clock on Paul's channel. Yes, you know who. I'll rattle through some comments. There's something I do need to get off my chest as well. So bear with me if I do go on a bit of a rant, because this is certainly going to be needed as well. We'll have got quite a few people waiting in the background as well. So what I'll do, rattle through some comments. I'll get the thing when I need to get off my chest as well. And I'll get the guys into the show. Trules, good evening. Evening, Peter. Hope you're well. I certainly am well. David says, hi, Peter. Hi, David. Hope you keep well. Retro J, Harry Peter. Yes. Not too bad in yourself. Jules says, hey, Bazza. That's me. That's me putting the thing. I am still in party mode. As well, definitely. So, we've really got the guests coming in. We really have. So, wow. Imagine I've had so many people joining the live show as well. So, EFL says, I have to comment Ashley on something. His stingy transfers have given us a good financial fair play limit. We can spend loads. As the past 3 years, we've lost no money and made a profit. That is technically true. So, yes. But anyway, this is what I need to get off my chest, so bear with me a sec, guys. Yes, we got this takeover, and we're absolutely delighted. But there was one I got told he got ruined by some absolute knobhead. And the reason for that is the incident that had happened. Just bear with me. I'm not going to mention any names at all. So there you are. But it was someone I know who was finishing work, a 12-hour shift. They were nurse for the NHS on a stroke ward and also been on a COVID ward as well. Drove past St James's Park after the finish. Had a bottle thrown at their car. It went through the window and it hit on the back of the head. Now, there was no serious injury caused, but she was very shaken after that had happened. Now, what I need to say about that is, to the person that did that, I hope you are caught massively and you have to pay for all the damages you are possibly all liable for. That could have caused a serious injury, and you're just very lucky that that did not happen. So please think about that, because that is what, if you wanted to celebrate the takeover, fine. But when drink gets too much to you, you know what will happen? It will turn you into a bit of a knobhead. So if that does happen, hope you are massively caught for doing that. That could have caused a massive injury. So there you are. But anyway, it says Jay joined, says I'll join after people join. So yeah, Luke Rob says that shocked Peter. Hope all is okay. Yeah, all is all good now. She just was very shaken up, but you can imagine the damage caused for that, and I hope the person that did that is absolutely liable to pay for everything they could. But anyway, let's get some guests in. We've got a few waiting already, so let's bring in Chippers, Lawrence from the Geordie View,
Hello.
Alex, good old Baz,
Chippers the whole.
and of course Jay Retro and
Hello,
UFC. Wow,
Chippers is pouring himself around. He was on Adam's fake news live stream just about 10 minutes ago, weren't you, mate?
Okay, good evening.
And another guest I've got in there is Mr. James Sharkey as well. I've got
Woo.
7 people.
Hello.
No, it's getting mad, man.
Yeah.
It's a madhouse. Yeah.
Well, guys, how were you feeling after Thursday when that announcement got made?
Wow, fantastic.
It took a lot of me, like, I must admit. It took a lot of
in my
me.
chair, thinking about myself, what should I do? What should I say about this? I was like, I was only fucking with me. I said, you went, you're joking? I said, you're joking? I said, no, I'm not joking. Look at the camera. I said, obviously, let me phone then. I said, okay. I said, oh, it's going through. I was like, buzzing. First thing I did, Peter, I played music on my TV.
Yeah.
I was fucking buzzing there. And I came out.
I can imagine there, Jim.
The day we never thought would happen as fans, it happened.
It certainly did, didn't it?
Funny.
Well, we haven't heard that Amanda. We also heard Amanda Staveley met with Steve Bruce and the players today. Steve Bruce hasn't been the sack yet, but do you think it's just going to happen anytime soon now? Is it going to happen before the Spurs game? Is it inevitable he is going to be out of his manager role very, very soon?
Yep. Inevitable. It's like judgment day. It's inevitable, man. As I say, I'm telling you, that's inevitable. You can't.
It's looking inevitable now. Steve Bruce will be sacked.
Just a compensation packet to be agreed, isn't it?
Yeah.
8 million. I'm hearing.
Possibly getting that Reingart agreed as well. Like come in when as soon as he leaves, maybe 1 in 1 out straight away, just to get it going, But
yeah, I mean, I totally agree with that. I mean, it's just, I think it's a lot of people think they could give him the 1,000 game, but I think it's inevitable. I think it's definitely going to happen before the game now. I can imagine if heavily talk that. What's Jay doing, by the way?
Oh,
God Almighty!
Got his tea towel on.
Sorry about earlier.
No, that's probably.
Sorry about earlier.
That's a new kit next season, man. Have you not heard? The guy wear tea towels next season. That's the new kit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just to let you all imagine. I'll just rattle through some more comments. Yeah, and Luke says that is shocked. Peter, hope all is okay. Yeah, everything is all okay. Hope she's better now. Yeah, that is good. Alan says, do you think we'll sign Kane or Sterling? We are linked with both.
Not one either.
Not right now.
Not right now. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
One of the people that's close to be linked with is Tarkowski.
That's probably the best we're going to do for a couple of seasons because we're still streets away from Man City and Chelsea and Man United and Liverpool.
Possibly like Cody at Wolves possibly would be a good centre-back signing as well.
Yeah. What? Would you just have Tarkowski? I would. Yeah. I think he's a very solid centre-back. He's certainly better than what we've got.
You've got to remember as well, we've got built our profile as well. Like, we're just a newborn, really, when you think about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jimenez,
Peter.
Jimenez, yeah. Jimenez. I think he would be a top
I
signing.
would love Jimenez.
Yeah. I think he's extremely underrated.
That'd be good.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Peter.
Yeah.
Money talks, though.
It certainly does. Money talks. It certainly does.
What about money?
Peter.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Alex. Alex, you there?
Has Tarkowski been linked to Newcastle?
Yes.
Your pardon, sorry?
Has Tarkowski been linked to Newcastle?
Yeah, apparently so.
Yeah, I'm here. Has Tarkowski been linked to Newcastle?
Yeah, he has. Yes, he has. I mean, he's definitely been one of the names mentioned.
Okay.
So I think I would.
Yeah, I think he'd be a good signing.
I say Ram. I think
he'd be a good signing.
And if that's an area we need to sort out as well, because look at the way we've conceded goals there this season as well.
But Pete, we've got the same centre backs that Rafa had and had them at sixth best defensive record in the Premier League. It's only since Steve Bruce came in that the centre backs have looked average.
Sharky, did you just change your name?
No, he's always been tuned on me TV for a while, for a night.
Maybe reference in for us.
Yeah,
I've changed mine.
I know you have, Chimmers.
I won't be in long tonight because I'm heading off to the game tonight. So.
Oh, the under-23s are playing tonight, aren't they?
Yeah.
Is it what's happening? Is it what end? Yeah, sorry.
Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Who's playing?
Who's scratching?
Who's scratching got a dodgy mic?
Certainly has.
It's a hamster wheel with a microphone next to it.
I can't tell. His microphone's got all screechy. Let me just mute a few people, see if it's...
Yeah, I know. It's not. I don't think it's me.
No.
I'm doing it from my phone, so it can't be me.
Let's try Lawrence first. Is it him?
Nope.
Does it look Lawrence? It's not you, Baz, is it?
Yeah. Is it?
Is it you, Jay?
Nope.
Oh. Okay, is it you, Sharky?
What's that?
Oh, I don't know.
I can hear it.
Alex.
There's a voice in the background as well.
No, I don't think it is.
I'm the only one in the house, so it can't be me.
I think it's
So who was it?
I can't tell who it was, actually, so...
It's Pete. You didn't remember
Oh,
yourself.
thank you very
Yeah,
much.
it could be Peter.
Well,
No offense.
No, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
definitely not me.
Not me.
Where's Peter? Oh, right.
I'm right here. I'm back again. But no more Mike Ashley.
Yeah. So it's basically it's official now.
Yes,
So it's official now. There's no turning back.
No, can't turn it
Yeah.
back.
No, the
even
Premier
though
League's
these-
already
I mean, I saw everyone even.
there was a lot of people.
I even saw Binks. I don't know if any of you know Binks.
Yeah, I know Binks.
I don't know if any of you know Binks.
Yeah.
I follow him on Instagram as well. He was really happy.
Well, I think there were some clubs that have really put a complaint in about it, but can't go back when it's.
But the thing is, that's just jealousy though, at the end of the day.
Exactly.
No one cared about Man City, and nobody cared about Chelsea. Just because we've got 320 billion in the bank, it's just bitterness. That's all it is, and it gets you nowhere.
It
Yes.
certainly is. I mean, Daniel Levy, Spurs owner, he was really against it. You can tell.
But the thing is, they don't want another club in the top six. But I welcome the competition. The Premier League should have. If I had it my way, every club would have the same amount of money, so everyone can compete. So that the league's different every year.
Yep.
That's
It's boring the same old clubs, wouldn't it? For me.
Yep.
City, Chelsea, Man U, Liverpool, all them.
No, even just seeing the likes of like Wolverhampton Wanderers or Aston Villa or Newcastle win it would just make different. Gives the league a bit of a lick, bit of pain, you know.
I mean, it certainly does.
Daniel Levy wasn't happy because they turned him down. They didn't want to take Spurs over because he offered Spurs to them and they said no.
Aye.
Hypocrisy at its best, though, isn't it? That the big six clubs don't want the takeover, even though they try to rip the whole Premier League apart themselves.
Aye, Super League. They wanted to join the Super League.
It's pathetic.
There you go.
To be honest, it was always going to fail, or wasn't it? They were always going to want back. If it happened, they were always going to want back in the Premier League because it's not the same, is it? It's English heritage, it's tradition, isn't it? The Premier League, obviously, Championship, League One, League Two.
Who wants to join the Super League?
There was all the big six clubs. You had Man City, Man United, Chelsea, Arsenal, Spurs. They wanted to join all the European.
But how can? But the thing is, the question is, how can Arsenal be put as elite? Like, what have they done in recent years? Nothing.
Exactly.
Leicester have done more than what Arsenal have done in the last 5-6 years.
Exactly. There you are. That says it all.
Yeah, I remember so well.
Yeah. Keith says, hi, POB, had a great birthday. I certainly did. Graham says, all right, lads.
Agreed.
Keith,
Agreed.
Peter, I'm off to get me tea, but I hope you lads all have a nice evening.
All right,
See
you, man. What you doing? Take it easy, man. Happy transfer. Happy transfer window. See you later.
What's a transfer window?
And I watch one of them. And I what's 190 million? What's 190 million pounds in the bank in January? Yeah, Christmas has come early, man. Early Christmas present.
Exactly.
Not for Gusto. Catch you later, lads. See you later.
Remember to subscribe to Toonami TV. Luke says, I think it's just a matter of time before Bruce is sacked. Easy, yeah. It's going to come and it's definitely going to happen. Out and out with Rob. Good evening, my guys. Evening, Rob. Hope you are keeping well.
I don't know. It's my mate, Rob. My best mate.
It's football says, hope you finish above Arsenal next season. Well,
Agreed.
We'll see, because it's remember, this is a
the biggest news this week is John Sinclair's going to the game on Sunday with a fanny pack full of photos to sign him because apparently he's going to be ram-raided with people. Have you not hear what he says? He said if anyone goes literally next to him, he's giving them a signed photo. He's just giving them it.
Oh, wow.
Next to him.
Well, let's see what we'll say on tonight's show at 8 o'clock as well.
I wonder if he's done like poses in them, like where he's like,
exactly.
Yeah, do not take a drink tonight because I'm on a hat trick, mate, and I will be watching.
Oh, Barry, let's see what you got your sleeve the night you're there, Baz. Let's see, Baz.
We'll be watching the next one. I don't know.
Hey, this is happy birthday. Yeah, certainly enjoy that. The smile on Newcastle's face is priceless. Yeah. I mean,
it's amazing, Peter.
It's
amazing.
Thomas says, I think next year we should aim for Europe. Well, again, you wanted to make it a process. You don't want it to be expected straight away.
I think we've got to target something in the League Cup next season.
Yeah, a cup run would be great.
I'm going to have to go now, but I'll leave my comments. I'll leave my opinions in the comment section.
You're sorry?
I'm going to have to go now, Peter.
All right, no problem, Lawrence. Okay. I'll catch you later, Lawrence. Anyway, do subscribe to
See you guys.
See you, Lawrence. Take care of it. So
I prefer not to qualify for Europe next season and then build a squad that can challenge for the Premier League instead. Because if you've got European football in the way, it really does affect your squad, doesn't it? So I prefer to have no distractions and just go for the league. That should be the best plan.
FA Cup run would be good this season if possible. Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
Why not? Peter, Wembley, here we come. Wembley.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you, Alex.
Okay, now I don't know what that was about. My mic suddenly got a notification that my mic suddenly stopped working. Can't think why.
All right, it's no problem. But yeah, I can hear you clearly now. David says, "Where's the Camels for Sunday's game against Spurs?" Well, we all know Sir James Bond will be a sellout on Sunday.
In 10 years' time, there won't be cars in Newcastle. It'll just be people going around on camels, man. You'll not need cars or anything. There'll be no metros. It'll just be cars, camels all hour.
Probably will be that season, man.
Exactly.
There'll be kind of like seeing Saudi Park or something shortly, man.
Yeah, Thomas says Europa Conference League, Europa League, or Champions League would do be. But again, let's take it as a slow process. Go into the thing we're going to do it straight away. Yeah.
Speaking of Champions, Europa, and Conference League, who do you think will win them?
Oh, it's hard to tell at the moment. I have no idea.
Well, I think Champions League will be probably PSG. Europa League, I'd really want it to be Napoli, but I don't know. Well, Conference League, the most favourite teams are Tottenham and Roma. The Conference League is either Tottenham or Roma, I suppose. What do you think? What do you lot think? Tottenham or Roma?
Not all.
No idea.
I think Roma more likely. I think Roma more likely.
Yeah. True says
they got Jose. They got Jose as manager. They got Tammy Abraham, who's doing really well.
Yeah.
But anyway, next guest.
Thanks also. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. I already said it on Instagram on Friday. Instagram Friday. Happy birthday. So.
Silly, what an early birthday present it was. Well, we've got another guest in the background, all the way from Canada. It's good old Ryan.
Pray for
the different top one. It's changed.
Pray for the French.
Pray for the rivals.
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Oh, this is Thomas. He said, "Hi, said Jimmers. How is Judy?"
Out for the count.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm away, man. Yeah, I'm away, man.
All right, Jay. Okay, no problem, Jay. All right.
Give us up here. Give me man.
All right, no problem, Jay.
Give it a tap, man. Yeah, happy to man.
See you later, Jay. Right, that was Jay.
I might let that root for the Four Horsemen. I don't know. See what she's like.
Oh,
Yeah.
But we're just glad. But Ryan, what were your
Don't shake your
celebrations
head,
like?
Barry. You're just as bad. Come on.
Oh my god. I was gassed. I was just refreshing Twitter. It started on Wednesday morning for me when I woke up. I see the piracy has been resolved. I'm like, okay. And then you see Athletic and you see Keith Downey reporting on it. Just the complete build up. Then it just finally happened, man. It's the best feeling.
It's absolutely, that's the main thing.
Can you hear that? It's gone.
I think that was Jay, actually. It might have been Jay this time. But that's fine now, so...
Is Annie coming as well? Will Annie be in this stream as well?
I don't know, we'll wait and see.
The most Newcastle fan that's not a Newcastle fan.
Nah, he's probably
I think I'm
devastated with being took over.
Is everyone here a Newcastle? Am I the only one who's not a Newcastle fan in this stream?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thomas says, Ryan, what you eating?
Well, in Canada yesterday we had Thanksgiving, so I got some ham, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and some squash.
Looks like something you regurgitate that.
Not my stuff.
You were saying battle with it?
He's turning into the new level 7 David eating on camera.
He needs an ice cream, doesn't he? He needs to get a flake ice cream with some knobbly bobbly.
Oh god, didn't remind me of that.
As long as he doesn't get a rocket ice lolly, we're all right.
Oh,
yeah, you can't copy me with his Magnum. So
I'm not eating anything that's long and hard.
Oh,
you eating meat though, aren't you?
As long as you don't go to the toilet as well with your camera.
I got some ham.
I got
Steve Bruce's favorite, some ham.
No, I've had me crap for the day, so I'm alright.
So, Peter, who's the manager you want next?
Conte is my number one choice if he does come.
Who?
Conte.
Thiago?
Thiago who?
What?
Yeah.
Thiago.
Oh, look who else is in the house. It's the King of Northumberland.
Oh.
Hey, David.
Mr. Dave Harrison.
I am not worthy, Mr. Harrison.
David, you are worthy. You're absolutely worthy. How we doing, everybody?
How you doing, Dave?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah, not
good.
Too bad.
Yeah. What were your celebrations on Thursday then, Dave?
I nearly gave my wife a heart attack because, as ever with me,
Dave, you try and get on top of her.
Oh
my God!
What do you what it is?
He started early, isn't he?
He started early. How are you?
Sorry.
No, I was watching, as I think everybody was on Thursday. Kept flipping the Sky Sports, and it was like, oh, it's going to be 10 o'clock, it's going to be 11 o'clock, it was 1 o'clock. Never bloody happened. And when I got to 4, I'm thinking, it's not going to happen, is it? Or, and I flicked on it just after 5, and the Sky Sports presenter, I'm hopeless on names, and he was about to say something. He said, oh, over to St. James's Park, and then my heart straight away said, well, it's off. They're going to just say, no, it's all formed apart. And of course, then the banner came up, and I squealed with delight like a 10-year-old. I'm 70, and I shouted out, "Yeah!" My wife was in the kitchen, come round. Are you all right? What's the matter with her? I have to admit, I shed a few tears. I was so pleased. It's been a long time coming, lads. It really has.
It certainly has. I mean, what do you think the atmosphere is going to be like on Sunday?
How long have you been supporting Newcastle?
Me, I started going. My first match was in 1969.
Harrison, sir, how long have you been supporting Newcastle?
My first match was in 1969. Oh my God! And then I started. I've had a season ticket since 1973, 4 season. So yeah, it's been a while. Yeah.
So he's a glutton for punishment.
Season ticket when? 74.
74, yeah.
74, if I didn't hear wrong.
Yeah, it's coming up 50 years. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Alex, can we have Koulibaly, please?
Yeah.
Oh, Koulibaly. I think that's another one linked as well, I've heard.
Yeah, he's...
Oh, my God. No. Please, no.
Oh, is that from your side, Alex?
Hell no.
He's Napoli, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I think that's
the best defenders in the world as well right now.
Yes, that's true.
I really hope not.
Yeah.
Want us to game against Juventus?
Well, I'm just gonna rattle.
We're going to be linked with every.
What's he got, man?
Thomas, I think you need to go and say someone about this diarrhea thing. It's getting worse every time. Samuel says, what do you think about rumours regarding Saudi Arabia PIF takeover of Olympic Marseille? I've not heard anything about it so far.
Why would they?
Oh my god, that as well.
You're not allowed. Isn't the rule you're only allowed to own 10% of another club when you own a football club?
Yeah. So you can't.
They can't do it.
Oh.
They could own a club in South America.
South America, yeah, because it's not a conflict of interest, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, apparently even Inter Milan. Apparently even Inter Milan.
They can't buy Inter Milan. It's impossible.
They can't.
No.
Okay.
I think it's.
Yeah, I mean, otherwise it'd be going completely out of proportion, jumping completely out of hand. Otherwise, seriously.
Yeah,
they can only have 10% in one other club, I believe. Is that right, Barry?
Yeah, I think so. What Mike Ashley did, he bought Newcastle, so that 10% in Rangers, didn't he?
Yeah. And that went well.
Yeah, it did, didn't it?
It certainly did.
He's got to get Derby now, isn't he? He's got to overtake. He's got to get Derby, isn't he? Apparently now.
I've got mates that are Derby fans. I'm really feeling for them.
Thomas says, Peter, where do you think we'll win the Champions League and what year? I have no idea yet.
10 years.
10 years, I mean...
Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
I asked on Instagram.
They haven't even won it
I
yet.
asked...
Sorry?
Well, you look at Man City, they still
anyway,
haven't
I
won
asked on Instagram, I asked Binks.
The delay is so bad from Alex's end.
Oh, Ali, I think your delay is. Hold on, Alex. I'll just try to pop you back in because I think you're
on another level, isn't it?
It's like Buddy waiting for an EasyJet flight. It's ridiculous.
That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all right.
Yeah, no, I could hear myself. I could hear my audio as well after like 5 seconds. I could hear what I said after 5 seconds. I said it as well. So I mean, I don't know what it is. It's fine. Anyway, I was gonna say. I asked the same question Binks when did he think he'd when Newcastle would win the league or something. He said probably in about 5 years or something. And another thing, speaking of Binks, right? The Newcastle Leeds game, right? You went to the stadium. You went to see that game as well. You both went to see that game as well, didn't you? Just that you were in separate.
Yeah.
Weren't you?
Me and Dave were there watching it. I mean, that game was terrible.
Peter.
Yeah, we were there, and
no, because I saw Binks's match day vlog, and before you equalised with Sam X-Men, it was absolutely hilarious. All the chanting, all the booing. It was actually, the atmosphere was really toxic.
Oh well, as soon as we fell back, it certainly was. I mean,
yeah.
Alex, you're like John and Lee Gunnar. You at least seem to mention Binks, and that's it.
Tom says, how long would it be as Bruce sacked and who would you have in as manager? I think you were expecting it any time very soon now. If it's not today, it could be tomorrow, but it's definitely by the look of it going to be before Spurs.
I'll tell you what, I'll give my hats off to John if he's able to get a live show.
Should have been sacked after Brighton last year.
Oh, I mean, should have been.
True.
But you know what?
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
John's probably down the listening and he's going to have a Conti top one or something, isn't he? An Italian top one.
I'll give my hats off to John if he's able to get a live show of Lee Gunnar on in November whenever we play Arsenal. I think that that's John's like heaven right there.
I don't think John will get a word in.
Lee Gunnar was talk.
Jody says, Superback, Alan Kennedy, John Tune and Frank Clockwell playing for the team when the King of Northumberland got his first season ticket. Yeah, I can imagine. Dave, you were there.
I was in Supermax's first game against Liverpool. He scored a hat-trick.
Yep.
That's what my striker said, would score hat-tricks regularly. Yeah.
David says we need to take a step at a time to get players. I mean, I totally agree.
Yeah,
I totally agree. It's got to be a step at a time.
Yeah.
I don't think we're all going to go in the
Yeah,
market.
you can't start. They won't be starting instantly. You can't expect them to start instantly. Like already in January, they've got Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Dembele, etc. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, I mean
that's what the media's expecting from us, but
that's what they think. But
yeah. I know, but there's gonna be these people. There's gonna be. I just know it. In January, they're already gonna expecting Messi, Ronaldo, Mbappe, Holland, Di Maria. I just know it. That's what because there's some fans who that's how they think. Some fans just don't have patience. I mean, in general. I mean, I don't mean any of you. I mean, in general.
Newcastle fans will not be expecting that kind of January window.
No, definitely not.
Of us are down to earth, and we know
That's exactly what I've been saying this whole time. Yep.
Tarkowski would be a realistic one, I would say.
I think we got to get the manager in. We got to get the manager in first to see who.
Yeah.
And then whatever style of play.
Right.
Who do you want as new manager?
If we get Antonio Conte,
you've been saying Eddie Howe. The last time you said Eddie Howe, are you still Are you still with that?
No.
Eddie Howe was only if there wasn't a takeover.
That's possible. Yeah, I mean, Luke says, "Would you guys happy with Lampard?"
No.
No.
Yeah, he'd be good.
I wouldn't mind him.
Be good.
My number one choice is
yeah, he'd be good anyway. He wouldn't be bad.
That's the thing, but I wouldn't mind.
I have to go now. My battery's running out. My battery's running low, so I have to leave.
Oh, okay.
All right, no problem, Alex. Thanks for coming in. So...
I have to leave now. My battery's running out.
Okay, Alex.
See you next time. You're welcome. See you next time.
No problem. See you later, Alex. Okay. So that was Alex.
I think if you look at what City did when they got their takeover, that was a slow build. I mean, I mean, Robinho was the marquee signing. That didn't work out very well. But then they brought lots of, but they brought lots of pretty better than average players. That was what all you could say. They were built from sluggies. So.
I think
you still sound rough, Barry.
We need a lead on that team because we haven't got one.
If we get Antonio Conte, he'll be wanting to get wing backs right away because we don't have any.
Yeah, but we might not play a 5 at the back anymore, though. We might want to
hopefully no more 5 at the back.
I expect 5 at the back. That's how Conte plays.
Yeah, but that's if we get Conte, though. This is the thing. It's we can't really rumour players until we get a manager and we know what kind of style of play he wants to play.
Yeah, that's
who he likes to target. It's all guesswork until the manager's in place, really.
That's true.
Yeah.
Sam says, what do you think about the future of Harry Kane with Saudis in the club?
No.
He's not going to come to Newcastle. There's no Champions League football.
It was 3 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
I'd take him. If we could sign him in January, I'd have him. He just won't come to us. That's the
thing, yeah. Again, you've got to be realistic.
Exactly.
I think you're right. I mean,
so far.
Looking at the Euros games when he played, I think he's lost at least a yard, maybe he's 2 yards of pace.
I mean, his confidence looks shot at the moment.
3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, how old was he?
28.
28.
Is that all he is? I thought it was older than that. Well, there you go.
Yeah, 28.
It'll be far too late. It'll be far too late for.
Go on, Sam.
Yep.
It'll be far too late for him coming here for win things because if we've got a 5 or 10 year lifespan, he's got span to win things. He's got to be in his late 30s, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
Possibly.
But is he going to win anything at Spurs?
That's the thing. He's so far not at this rate.
Yeah, Man City's only realistic for him to get.
We're going to win something before Spurs. Especially Daniel Levy's the worst owner in the Premier League now.
Oh, we're gonna.
I mean, I can't stand that idiot owner.
Maybe Burnley, What about Burnley owners? They're shocking.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, what I will say with Daniel Levy, he's even rejected a supporters meeting with his own fans.
Because he's too much of a pussy to talk to.
He's just 14 years.
He's just a baldy Mike Ashley. That's all he is.
Yeah, literally.
True. Jody says Leeds match was terrible. Supporters were arguing with each other on the terraces about Steve Bruce. He's more or less out of the door now. Yeah, it's just we're waiting for that announcement. That he will be relieved of his duties very, very soon now.
Do you know we're all saying that?
Mm-hmm.
The new owners, Amanda and them, might not, because again, looking back at the Man City takeover when Mansour took over.
Yeah, I mean,
Mark
Dave's
Hughes
got
was
a
in
point
charge,
there.
and he stayed there for what it was 7 or 8 months before he was moved on.
Yeah, but David, they were 3 points from 7 games.
No, you're absolutely right, Barry. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. No, yeah.
With a 27% win record. It's all there for them to see in black and white that he's not good enough for this football club. And if they want to be safe in January or safer, they need to sack him now and get another man in. And then they need to look forward.
Absolutely right. I'm with you 100%, Barry. But you know, they've all said it's slowly catch a monkey, and it's absolutely right. You know.
Yeah.
The one thing I wanted to ask
you the perfect scenario that I would like to see if they can't get a big manager now. Is you offer Eddie Howe the job until the end of the season, because Eddie Howe won't take it long term because he doesn't like living up north. He made that clear with the Celtic job, hasn't he? So offer Eddie Howe the job till the summer, give him his objection of staying in the Premier League, give him a golden handshake at the end of it if he's successful in that job, then find a bigger man in the summer. That's how I would think that should progress.
That works for me. That works.
You could easily give it to Howe and then say to Conte, you can come in the summer and you've got loads. You know?
Is that as well? Or give Potter a 3-year deal and see what he can do with the club in 3 years. That's what another thing I would like to see. And that's not being over, optimistic. It's not going out and getting a huge name. Potter, for me, is going to be a big deal in football, the way he's got Brighton playing. And if you give him a 3-year deal to start the project, because that's what Man City did, they found a manager who could start the project, he would be perfect for us, because he's been in a relegation battle, he survived a relegation battle, and now look at how Brighton are flying this season.
That's a good point. Yeah, definitely. That's a good point there, Baz.
Very, very good point, Barry. The one thing I was going to ask everybody is: has anybody checked on Hairy Hands? Because by God, he's gone quiet since last week.
All have. All of them that said that wasn't going to happen are all quiet now. They're all trying to suck up. They were like Simon Jones. He's trying to suck up. We were now saying, "Oh, Newcastle deserve this and all this." And I'm thinking, a week ago you said we've got no chance of it happening.
I love the tweet that went out yesterday, and it had him saying, "This takeover is deader than a dead thing from a dead place." And then it cut straight into Keith Downey saying, "It's happened. The takeover has gone," and they play that sort of music. And I think I don't know who did it, but by God, it was good. It was funny. It really was funny.
Certainly was. Yes. What are we up to? Thomas says, "Is it 12:30 in Canada, Ryan?"
Yep. Why?
Straight answer.
Sav says, "We want Zinedine Zidane."
Who
would have?
I always saying that.
Who would have Zidane?
No,
I would take him, but I can't see it happening.
I would.
Does he want to imagine anyway?
He's waiting for Solskjaer to be. He's waiting for Solskjaer to be sacked, I think.
Yeah. The Pete says Alex is on Moz with that. Was a little bit, wasn't he? Was that say Samuel says Messi already wants to leave Qataris for Saudis? Just joke. Okay.
Just preparing.
Yeah. Right, Pete. I'm going to jump off because I need to make tea because the missus is coming home soon.
No problem, Baz, and I'll catch you at 8 o'clock.
You will do.
See you at 8 o'clock.
Keep getting well, mate. Keep getting well.
See you, Baz. And we'll catch you, and I'll catch you at 8. So that was Barry World of Sport TV. Do go and check that out, and we'll definitely catch him at 8 o'clock on the Four Horsemen. So there we are.
That'll be fun.
Tom says, "Who do you think will get in January?" He thinks Jesse Lingard will be the first signing. Is that another realistic one?
Bastos.
Bastos.
I've been linked with him about 20 years. I mean, we can afford him now.
No, I think Lingard's a good call. I would think there's. I mean, for me, and I like what was said when Sam was on, and we don't want. Well, I don't want the likes of Messi and Mbappe and the rest of them now. I want good, solid players that can do a job for us, keep up, and then get as high up the table as we possibly can. And 15th, 14th would do me this year, and then kick on from there. And then in a couple of years' time, once we're consolidated into a good mid-plus table position, 8th, 9th, 10th, then kick on from there. That's what I would like to see. I just hope it's 70. I see some silverware before I turn me toes.
Hopefully we'll see.
I've witnessed virtually now for 50 years. I just want to see a little bit of success before I go to that archery field in Sky.
Shotty says, this is a good point. We are a good 6-7 years off winning the Premier League at the moment. We are miles off the top elite. The squad needs an overhaul that's going to take time. We have to make the top 10 regularly, then build. That's a very good point.
I've just
totally
said.
Agree with that.
On. Yeah.
David's in the background.
If we can't even get to Champions League in a few years, I would take Europa League for solid few years and have a good run in that.
I mean, I would.
Right.
I think David. I tried to get David in, but he's somehow disappeared.
But you're right, Ryan. It has to be a slow and steady build. I mean, if you rush ahead, you can go backwards just as quick.
That's the thing.
You've got to get things in place. You've got to get coaching staff. And I mean, absolutely right what Amanda said the other day. The training grounds is a disgrace. And if for argument's sake, Mbappe turned up, when you look at him, you go, "What the hell have I done here?"
Would he really want to go training in paddling pools and wheelies?
I mean, he would just say,
definitely not.
This is a joke, you know.
There's David now, so let's bring him in. Well, do you enjoy the celebration on Thursday?
Yes,
David on Thursday.
I wish I was there now. I wish I was there.
I wish I was. I couldn't get there because I was working, so that's why I couldn't get in.
You know what? Thursday was my day off, and I got called into work. Isn't that just typical?
I was at an archery annual general meeting on Thursday night, and I just couldn't concentrate. And then coming back, I mean, I went down at Wrighton, and I came back, and I was coming sort of round about, the ground, and I thought, will I? Yeah. I was so tired. I wish I had now, but no, I mean.
Another thing that I think I'm going to have to criticise, did anyone see all the rubbish that was left out left around the ground as well?
Yeah. I mean, yes, you're absolutely right, but I think what a lot of people missed and what the council said, that a couple of the big wagons turned up to clean it out, and apparently a number of fans came up on the morning to help out.
No.
Well, it was on Facebook, one of the sites saying that about 15 had turned up and said, "We'll give you a hand," so. That was good. They never announced that because it's not a good story, is it?
Yeah. No, definitely not.
No, that's
definitely not. Absolutely not.
No more sports next time,
hopefully those will be away shortly as well. Johnny says Ralph Rangnick is in a sport director as he would. And see who he brings in as manager before making moves for players. But he would like to see James Ward-Prowse.
I think someone like him would be good for set pieces and stuff because we haven't got a free kick taker or anything.
I mean, it's either Richie, whose first balls are being woeful, and Sean Longstaff. He shouldn't be on set pieces as well.
Even when bloody Voldemort plays, man, he's not terrible.
I have be terrible as well lately. I've probably got him to come back soon as well. Chul says we can't get how Lampard or Gerrard they aren't proven, and we are 19th at the minute.
How is Lampard not proven?
I think he's proven. Eddie Howe's
he's done in the championship, and he did pretty well at Chelsea, in my opinion.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad.
Especially the first year is when the owner decided to splash out on a whole new team, and he didn't really want it.
That's the thing.
You wanted to go to Chelsea. You wanted to go to Chelsea when the offer was there, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, that's one of the things. Apparently, going to the stuff you read, Conte said he's interested, but he would come, but he'd want to have a say on player signings, which I think is fair enough. I think any manager should. I mean, that's one of the things I always think where the likes of Barcelona and that, and they just, the owners just say, "Oh, there's your players, fella, crack on. We've got you the cream of European football," and half the time. They can't play together. I mean, I look at Leicester when they won the title. No superstars of note in them. There's some good players, no doubt. But as a team, they were awesome that year. Absolutely awesome. And that's what you want. If you get, 10 or 12 of the world's best players, can they perform as a team? We've seen it happen in the past where it hasn't worked. And that's why, for me, the slow build, yes. Lingard, yes, Ward-Prowse, there's a few other young. And I want to see young, hungry English players or British players playing for us.
That's a good point there, Dave.
I would, because the foreign players are brilliant and I welcome with open arms because they make the Premier League what it is. But from my point of view, from my club, I'd love to see young, keen English and Great British players.
Yeah. Johnny says we need a Brian Hill club before we get world-class players like Mbappe. So, David? Have you seen that, David?
Van der Beek coming.
Van der Beek, I think that's another one that's been linked as well again. I don't get why he's not getting games at Man United. And they're playing Fred instead, who I think's absolutely abysmal.
Well, the thing is, if he's not playing games in Man United, he's going to come here and he's not going to be fit, is he?
Truth says 5 at the back. If the manager is good, it won't be a Bruce back 5. Yeah, that wouldn't be bad if he can get it right, because Bruce didn't get it right at all, did he? Rafa got it right.
3-4-3. And Antonio Conte can get it right too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If that wouldn't be so bad, as long as we can get the structure right, because this cabbage certainly didn't get it right.
Well, like I said, I don't know. I was on a show. I mean, that many I've been on. When Dubrafa comes back, you joke it wouldn't happen, but you think you'd probably pay him up front, and, rather than put him in the goals, and that's just, I do feel sorry for Bruce in many ways because he's, he came in, he hasn't had the backing.
That's the thing. Bruce really hasn't had the backing, but some of the squad we've got, he should be getting those players up for a game, and he just hasn't.
Yeah, I mean, you said it yourself. Yeah, absolutely, Sam. If you're, if that's what we were saying a few weeks ago when Takeover looked doomed, bring in Eddie Howe because we all said he would make that squad play better, and it would finish, 10, 12, something like that. That squad's definitely mid-table.
Wilson out him. You saw Wilson out him.
Well, that's it. Yeah, I mean, without him,
we do struggle without Wilson to score goals easily.
Probably he's very close to coming back for Sunday League.
Yeah, I've heard
right,
Shotty says Champions League is going to be 5-6 years down the line. Europa League realistically 3 to 4 years. We are just starting our new adventure again. That's another great point. We don't want to think we're just going to get European football straight away. You've got to build something first and gradually.
It could be the case where we actually get Europa League, we win it, and then we're in Champions League without even being top 4.
Possibly, yeah. Again. Jordy says Ciro Immobile came out last year claiming that the consortium wanted to sign him and have Allegri as manager. Would you take Immobile?
Yeah.
Good player as well, isn't he?
The thing is, he's good for like another 2-3 years because he's like 31.
Yeah. Tom says I fancy Conte.
I agree with Tom.
I agree. That's my number one choice, Conte.
I think whoever in January though, I'd like to see a striker and center back first.
Yeah, you're right, Ryan. I think we need to have those positions that have no backup, like the striker. Wilson's out when that get.
And center back because we got 2 leaving in the summer, and I don't expect them or contracts to be renewed.
No. So yeah, all right. I mean, I don't know. I'm not into stats, but you probably are right. How many games have we won without Wilson in? I bet it's low.
I actually don't look into that, but it's not too many.
I think the last one we won was it the? I think we probably
every win we've had, he's contributed. We won against Leicester. He scored 2. Everton, he scored 1.
I think you looked at the Fulham game last season away. We won. Sheffield United at home.
Both Everton games he scored. Like every time he's contributed, we've gained points.
But without him, how many have we won? I can't think.
I don't.
I'm going to say 3. 3 games.
So I would say it's that sort of number. Yeah.
I remember obviously Fulham Sheffield United game because obviously he was injured and they didn't want to risk him for the rest of the season. He came back against West Ham. And possibly West Brom at home last Christmas when Dwight Gale scored. I don't know if he scored his own goal. I don't remember I don't think Wilson played that game either. So
if he did actually, but he just didn't score in the game. Jody says, I think Frank Lampard makes sense short term until the summer as he has a good relationship with Jamie Rubin.
Really?
I didn't see Lampard.
Yeah, True says, how might get us relegated if we bring him in? I wouldn't think he would. I could see within the background, but I couldn't see on the thing. Apologies about that. Staying up is a must this season, silly at this rate.
Absolutely.
Try and get Shorty back in because you're there. You all right there? You're back?
Hey. Yes, I'm just on my way to the game. I just thought I'd come and chat to you for 15 minutes, but yeah.
Exactly.
What time do you go like Shorty?
7 o'clock.
Under 23s are playing tonight. Pete says Potter's useless. Brighton are in a fake league position. I don't think that. I think they've done very well.
I think Graham Potter's did a good job.
Look at the football they're playing. And that's why they're picking up results because of the way they're playing.
Can I just have a little say on Lampard as well?
Yeah.
I don't think Lampard will come to Newcastle on a short-term deal. He's not that type of manager. But no manager's going to want to come to Newcastle on a short-term deal. They're going to want to be part of it.
There's a whole thing about managers not having loyalty, but I think it's just because sometimes the relationship with like the board just breaks down eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
like Antonio Conte, like he left his last. Well, I forget the reason why he got sacked at Chelsea. I think I'm not too sure about that, but I know Inter Milan he left because like we gotta sell Hakimi and Lukaku to make up money, and he's like, "Fuck that, I'm out of here."
Yeah. I love Conte, man.
Conte again's my number one choice.
Yeah.
Johnny says Simon John has changed his tune on TalkSport. I thought the deal was dead as Deadland. I've seen that, but we all thought it was dead at one point as well. We got that hope as well that we didn't think it was going to go through.
Well, they're still trying to find ways of trying to get into the Premier League on. They were doing like a meeting between the 19 other clubs, but that's just bullshit. At the end of the day,
those clubs could cry more, man. They can.
That's what I'm saying. If that had been Man City or Chelsea, they weren't bothered. But because Newcastle, have got this money in the bank, but they're just jealous. It's bitterness. It gets you absolutely nowhere.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
owners, man, could go.
At the end of the day, we didn't choose the PIF. They chose us.
Yeah,
exactly. There you go.
Mike actually chose the PIF because he said he could have had a higher offer, but he chose the PIF because of the wealth behind them to take the club forward.
Exactly.
That's the main thing. Yes, that's the main thing.
See, I've seen a lot of fans congratulate us, but it just seems like from all the stories that all those top 6 owners and just everyone else, they're so salty about it. It's like, why don't you worry about yourselves?
But the thing is, you want more clubs competing though for the league. Like it's boring. Say like Chelsea, Man City, Liverpool, Man United. It's just boring. I'd like to see some like Newcastle winner for a change, or even Spurs. I know they've been top 6, but even like Wolves. Do you know what? If I had it my way, I said I'd like to see all clubs have the same amount of money in the Premier League, and it'd be interesting. Imagine all the top 6 in the bottom half of the table. Be funny.
It'd be a laugh.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You want to mix it up. It's boring just seeing the same old side. But the thing is, you're going to have to get used to it, because the thing is, in the next sort of 10 years, what's not to say that Leeds United won't become a Newcastle or clubs in the Championship like Forest or Derby County who are in trouble. It's going to happen.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I totally agree with that. Barry, I don't think I'm going to fall for that name. If you can tell what he's put there.
Oh my God.
Very good.
Very funny, Barry.
John would have said that. He would have fell for that.
Yeah. He's my guy.
Shorty says, here in the PIF want to build an F1 track in Newcastle.
That certainly wasn't me who put that comment. That was definitely not me.
No, definitely not. It was probably someone. So we need quick players at the back and playmaker and striker, in my opinion. Yep, totally agree.
As said, it's at the end of the day, nothing's going to happen overnight, and that's what we need to realise. Like, we're just the beginning. I was saying, like, Champions League's not going to be for a good. Champions League's not going to be for a good 5-6 years. The Premier League title could even still be 6, 7 years down the line, because you've got Man City already good, Chelsea already good, Liverpool, Man United. They're all streets ahead of us at the minute.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, that's what the media think, and they could literally go fuck themselves because it's not happening.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
They're expecting us because all the narrative I'm hearing is Newcastle have like a good net spend over the last 2 years thanks to Mike Ashley, and now with FFP they could spend as much money as they can in 3 years. It's like, okay, but we won't do that. And if we do, it's going to be smart.
They're not gonna.
We're not gonna do some Fulham shit where like we buy a whole starting 11 and get relegated.
That's going to take time of being built. That, to be honest, it's going to take at least 2-3 years.
Like last thing I want is for Staley to buy a whole new starting 11. Like I want like 3 or 4 good players each year.
That's it. Because you look at the current side at the minute, we'll have to sell the players, and we're still going to have to try and make a profit on them. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's going to be difficult to sell them because they're not playing very well.
Exactly.
It's double-edged because as soon as we say to any player in the Premier League, how much is he going to cost? You know for a fact there's going to be 10 or 15 million stuck on the top of them. In the same token, when we go to sell our players, they'll be saying, "I will give you half because you've got that much money. You don't need it anyway." So it's going to be really difficult, you know.
That's the thing. Ty says, I would settle for that. We got rid of the fat cockney bastard. Steve Bruce ain't demanding who we sign or put in charge. We were miserable last week, and now we are elated and full of hope. Yeah, because these new owners have got ideas. They've got a plan. And you can tell when Amanda Staveley spoke out.
Yeah.
She definitely wants what's best for the club. The way she's been.
It's all we ever wanted. For a bit of hope and a bit of a wish that we can play well, you know. So that's all we wanted. Sorry, I'm just moving my computer.
If we're mid-table for like 2-3 seasons, but at the same time, like there's progression, like on the field, but also like we got a new training ground. The women's team's better. Just everything about the team. If that happens, then like I'd be happy. Like I said on Adam's channel a bit, like the club's going to grow. Like there's going to be so much people working. Like I wouldn't be surprised if there's going to be like an esports team like eventually too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's what I mean. It was what Steve Wright said the other day that, you know, somebody said, we've got a skeleton staff. And he went, we've had that for 3-4 years. You know, they haven't, you know, apparently in the ticket was over half the staff had left and hadn't been replaced because Ashley would look upon it as money being spent that he didn't think was any good. You know, and so many things are going online now. Just get rid of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, go.
No, go ahead, Dave.
I was going to say, just talking about online, I've just had a rant because I wanted to go to the cinema tonight or tomorrow morning with my wife to watch the new Bond film. You've been trying to book a ticket through Odeon online. There. I give up. I'm going to go somewhere else. Anyway, sorry, it's got nothing to do with us, but just
Barry says we need the next Brian McKellen, not Messi on Mbappe.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, he's right, because Brian Kilkenny kept us up.
Thomas says, that word. Can we say that word now since Ashley's gone? Trust the process?
Yeah,
I think we can now. I think we can trust
It's trust the process and pray for the rivals.
Right, lads, I'm gonna get the train. I'm gonna go underground, so I'll see you later.
Okay, see you, Sharky.
See you later. Take care. Take it easy. Bye.
There, Sharky. Again, that was Toonami TV. Do go check him out. And I just had his comment up saying I was there on Thursday. It's the Blue Flames under 23 at Blue Flames.
I'm hoping with this takeover too that we get to see more from the YouTube channel now.
Yeah, I think they possibly will.
I think they will. They'll hire like so many more people. Like there's going to be a million job titles at the club now.
There will be.
Barry says Steve Bruce has to go. The football's too cautious. The team on 19th, and the new owners need a stellar managerial name in to help attract talent. But Bruce still deserves more respect. That's according to Henry Winter.
Right, well, Henry.
You weren't impressed there.
Well, you know, I have to say, Peter, that over the last, I don't know how many months, you know, when the takeover has been going on, seems like about 4 years, but it's not. All of Brucey's chums have been saying, "Oh, he's doing a good job," you know. And you got, you know, Gabby Angry, I can see his name. Angry Bahor saying, "Oh, he's great, wonderful." Oh, you know, and have you never seen him play? The stats are are terrible.
Yeah.
Look at that, and if he'd had a cracking career to date, before he came to us, and we went, "Oh, Bruce," you would think, "Yeah, okay," but he hasn't, and it's just got worse and worse.
I totally agree. Yeah.
Sam's about to fall asleep. Are you all right, Chimmers?
Yeah.
See, that's the thing I think is that all these players have done nothing in their careers. They're bigging up Steve Bruce because they have a lazy attitude. You think someone like Ronaldo would come, who's got good mentality, would come out and say, "Yeah, he's a great manager"? Like, no.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's all these players that have English. It's the English bias, and just like what O'Brien, he didn't do anything in his career.
No.
The truth says thing is Chelsea has a good squad. We don't exactly.
Yeah, True's absolutely right. Yeah,
I would say
there was a Twitter spat the day with somebody. I've not seen him before. I know that Mouth on the Tyne. I forgot his name.
Well, that's a good Twitter page.
He said, yeah, and there was somebody else on there who he recommended on one of Paul's channels last week. And he said he was very good. I forget what it's called now. It was just a picture, and he was banging on about we should give Bruce respect because he's a legend of the Premier League. And I think, right, okay, maybe he's just a player.
Yeah.
Was he that good?
There's a lot more neutral supporters in the Newcastle YouTube channels now because we're basically the eyes on the world now.
Oh yeah, everybody's watching.
It's them giving their stupid, dumb opinions about it.
Yeah,
and no context towards.
Yeah, I think the comment I would say, Ryan, to these people is, you know what, guys, read the room. You
read the room. Yeah,
you got to see what people are saying.
Yeah, people are too. They don't want to look into context nowadays.
No.
Yeah. Taggy says Eddie Howe managed Bournemouth for how many years? Division 2 to the Premier League. He did what no manager has done since the days of Wimbledon back in the 80s. I mean, that is some achievement what Eddie Howe did for Bournemouth.
Yeah,
I think he will get another job soon. He'll definitely get another job soon.
People are just downplaying Eddie Howe because he got relegated that 1 year, but
it's just COVID. I'm not buying into all this. I'm not buying into all this relegation.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I just didn't think his squad was good enough.
No.
The season went down.
He was another one who wasn't backed, and they sold a couple of good players, which was, or he lost a couple of players as well.
He had Ryan Fraser out that season too.
And had it not been for a couple of players leaving, a couple of players, as you say, Ryan, not been injured for a while, the club would have stayed up. Yeah,
totally agree. Just read that one. Jamie Rubin is looking to build a new training ground near the racecourse, which he has an 8 million budget. I mean, we silly need a new training ground. Well, training facilities, actually.
800 Peter, not just 800.
Oh, 800, yeah. Well, that's the thing that Amanda said when she said the training grounds are
awful.
Awful, disgrace.
And the good thing is says that won't affect any financial play.
That's exactly. That's just what I was going to say. Yes, so they can spend what they like on that, and then it's there. I mean, if you look at some of the so-called smaller teams. I mean, I know we're not now. They spent a lot of money on their training facilities. And you've got to do it and as you said, if you want to attract the top players, you've got to have something that can and come. And the other thing is, one of the things I think we're going to look at is what my wife said earlier on.
Yeah.
Some of these top players will want to come to Newcastle because of they'll have this perception it's a small town in the north of the country. We've got to sell the area because we all know how fabulous the area is, and there's some fabulous places to live around, and that's what we need to do. We need to get that together and say this is what the northeast is all about. It's not a flat cat whipping, and we have got that thing. We got a few weeks ago that electricity ID or something. You get your switch and the light comes on. It's fabulous.
Exactly. Well, Johnny says I agree, Dave. I want to see homegrown talent and have an identity because the so-called top six have a hell of a lot of foreign talent. Yeah.
Yeah. Fair point, Jody. Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. Thomas says the top six want an appalling name. Yep.
So it's just a top one now.
Top one, yeah, you're right, Sam.
Johnny says, I don't feel sorry for Bruce one bit. He's had the most money spent on players than any other manager under the Ashley regime.
Yeah.
And Bruce threw a few negative comments towards the fan base. Well, there you are, yeah.
Yeah.
You certainly did that.
You look
that's
at
why
it,
that's why we're angry.
Bruce was given Colin Wilson and Joe Willock for over 20 million. Rafa was given Mikel Marino and Hosselu for like 5 million altogether.
That's exactly. It's just.
Well, you're right. I mean, is it right? And again, I'm not a stats man, but under Rafa, it was minus 12 million quid. Am I right in saying that? And Bruce has spent 100 and something million, has he?
Something like that, yeah.
But I've no doubt Bruce is a lovely bloke. You know, you can't get that many people saying he's a good bloke. Well, yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, that's it, yeah.
True says there will be the big six in the giant one.
I like it, Trolls. I like it.
Feel sorry for him. What? Oh.
Yeah.
Nice guys always finish last.
Don't feel sorry for Bruce. He was told not to take the job. As soon as he took it, he was one of them. Yeah. Tom says, afternoon, Tom. Hope you're well. Murat Akadi from PSG's linked to us January because he's been out of favour because of Messi's arrival.
I think Fabrizio Romano said he's happy at PSG. So.
Oh, well, fair enough. Malcolm says he wants Didier Deschamps.
Oh, God.
Oh, damn.
No, I think he's an international manager, not a club manager.
Yeah. Ginger says, you do know we got taken over by the world's richest, so why settle for players and managers who won't be able to handle the job? There's two options, Mancini or Conte. Mancini, that's another one.
I can't see it.
Johnson will be loving the last.
He's going to be wanting to go to manage Italy in the World Cup. I just can't see it, man.
Well, just to let you know, I tell you who's on the team sheet for the under-23s. Shelby.
Shelby, Craig Hughes tweeted it tonight saying that he's going to play him. Say he's back ready for Sunday, apparently.
Well, if that gives him some bit of fitness, not so bad then, but I think so. But
next few months,
do you think we're missing Shelby a little bit or not? Because our midfields look really, really dead.
I think it's dead even with him playing.
Well, yeah, true, but
to me, Peter, it's one of those things that you look at somebody who's out. I mean, how many times over the last years, as the longer somebody's out, as the team's not playing particularly well, we keep thinking, oh, we need so-and-so back, we need so-and-so back. When they come out, you think, God, he's rubbish. Now, Shelby was one of my top players, and I loved him. But that was 3 or 4 years ago. And his legs have gone, I think.
I honestly think he was just the best under Steve McLaren, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good player. I mean, how long did he was at Liverpool? What, 2 seasons? And they don't sign numbers normally.
Well, he's one of the players who give another chance under a new manager, honestly.
Yeah.
Hi.
But I think that the big thing it'll do to get the likes of Wilson and Shelby and the others back, it'll just send a message to the rest of the team. Listen, lads, 2 things here. 1, we've got a pretty well fit squad now, so you've got to play well. And 2, if you don't play well, you know what? Come January, you're out.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're going to have to play to their best.
Well, it says Newcastle's new ownership have made contact with Antonio Henrique to become their sporting director, and he's impressed by their plans to challenge for the Premier League title.
I've
not heard about that, but we can see. I want anyone better than Steve Bruce. I think we all do. GB says, can you come in the show without your camera on, Peter? Yes, you can. If you're in the weight room, I'll bring you in. Says, I could see St. James's Park holding some decent events over the next few years, such as hosting Lewis Ritton fighting Sam Fender music concerts. That might start to happen again. I mean, we haven't had a lot of them really since Mike actually bought the club.
I remember going to see Queen.
Yes.
And Status Quo at St. James's all those years ago. And XS were going to come on as well, but they got snarled up in a really horrible fatality accident on the A1. And they made it, but their kit didn't. So Queen were on a bit longer, and I just said it and the name's gone on my head. The other They were on for nearly 2 hours. What an afternoon that was. And yeah,
I mean,
good things to do.
Ty says, I'm just grateful we got rid of Ashley and have hope. I think we are. Oh, there's one I missed out. Ginger says, sorry you get Conte in top 4 in 2 years. He knows tactics and with decent head of recruitment, we will find top players fast again. He's a great manager, Antonio Conte. Yeah. Definitely one of the thing as well. Jonathan says, hi lads, how's everyone doing? Chalk Peter, you come to the game on Sunday? Yes, I'll be there on Sunday.
I'll be there. Yeah.
I'll definitely be there on Sunday.
I might pop along. I'm not sure.
You'll be there, Dave.
Absolutely. I cannot wait. I might go and queue out there outside now, I think.
Shagon, it says, I'm an Arsenal and Sheffield United fan, and I am glad for you guys. The fact the fans of the two are happy is enough for me. Best wishes. Tayers very much.
Really nice.
We have certainly needed this takeover. Certainly, definitely. Jody says, I think we're still miles of a point managers like Conte. Conte is the sort of manager who comes into clubs with great squads, wins a few trophies, and is off to a new club. Well, again, that's a good point. Again, we can't just predict we're going to get top managers like him straight away. So again, we've got to be a bit more realistic.
I mean, sorry, go on.
No, I was just going to read a comment from Jules. As Amanda says, it's about the fans now.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think the other thing we've got to remember is just because these people have all this money, was it £320 billion? They have aspirations in lots and lots of fields. But we're just a very, very small cog in that PIF, grand scheme that they're running. I mean, obviously Amanda and Miadad and Jamie Rubin, it's probably closer for them because they've got plans to do building work and etc. And they want to see it go through. Amanda's obviously fallen over the club. Why wouldn't she? But we're not going to be spending £320 billion in the next 10 years.
No, definitely not.
We've got to be realistic. It's going to be a few 100,000 over the next few years. If we're lucky, they may decide not to do that. But we've got to remember that it's going to be a slow build.
Yeah, it is.
It's 5 years for Man City. It'll be the same for us.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. Thomas says Amanda is. Oh God, Thomas, I had to think what you've been doing, what you've been up to since Amanda.
She's married, Bonnie lad. Sorry.
There you go. Or is Thomas going to be sitting there going in a sexy voice?
Hello, ladies.
Hello, Amanda. Welcome to Newcastle United Football
Thomas, this is you right now.
Hey, God Almighty. Sorry to say it, but a lot of stuff will go if they want the best for every role. Yeah, still haven't heard of Lee Charnley's still at the club at the moment, but
oh no, please.
Tom says good night, Chippers. What? Because he will fall asleep, but he's awake. I think Chippers is more of awake now.
He's woke up now, yeah.
This is Leila. He says, "Would you take Martial?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you have Martial, Chippers?
Yeah, he's better than Dwight Gill, isn't he? He's better than Joe Linton, so.
Well, he can be a bit of a frustrating player, but he's definitely better than what we've got.
He doesn't look like he's ass, but on his day, the guy could be insane.
Yeah, true. Jody says, I want to see the under-23s and women play at St James's Park, which would encourage people to get buying those teams as well. Well, the under-23s do play at St James's Park at times, but the women, wouldn't be a bad. The women should get an opportunity as well, I would say.
Yeah. I think that's the one thing you've got to say about Ashley. Probably the only thing. He made sure, I mean, he put money into them and put them in part of the NUFC Foundation. So you've got to say fair play at the bloke for doing that. It's about the only thing I give him praise for. But yeah, I mean, I would love to see the women's team up there in the.
I do go watch them. I do go watching them up at Druid Park, and they're really good.
Hey guys, there's a video on the Newcastle YouTube channel, and it's 2 minutes 50. I'm 40 seconds in right now, and there's absolutely no sign of Steve Bruce right now.
Oh, really?
I've just seen Graham Jones. I've seen the Steve, the goalkeeper coach. Forget his last name.
Agnew.
Yeah.
Oh, Steve Hartwell, isn't it? Or he's the.
Oh, it's 1-0. Ginger says 4 transfer windows and we will have a top 6 squad. Hopefully, but we'll wait and see. It's going to be a slow process, that's the thing. Mouth of the Tie nickname is Burnsy, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, well, I'm trying to leave his first name.
Well, Luke says NUFAC have just uploaded it on their YouTube, right? So he's watching it already. Man, new fans need to respect Bruce as a player. We don't, exactly. He was a player for them.
They can have him. If they want him to be there, I'll drive him down.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah, seriously. Go and be fucking part of that coaching staff, because that's probably the best you can get in the Premier League.
Yeah. There's some great YouTube content creators amongst our fan base, which are miles better than the so-called elite supporters channel. So I'm looking forward to see what happens in the YouTube scene.
Oh, everyone's taking off.
Be plenty of more vlogs, a lot more videos. What people going to do? Ellie says, hello lads, hope you're well. Yes, very well, thank you very well to the show. DJ says the cabbage is still around. No, that's bad news. Really bad news is get him gone, Amanda.
I don't know, man.
I think it will still I think he'll still be relieved of his duties. I mean, it was just probably to come in and meet all the players, all the coaching staff, and of course the manager as well. I can kind of understand they've come in, they don't want to sack him off straight away. So
I'm just really looking in this to see if I can see Steve Bruce anywhere.
True says we have suspended a small country's BNP. Training ground up near Gosforth Park, very handy giving players to live in, living either in Jesmond, Gosforth, or Darrishall, Ponteland areas. Yep. Justin says, hi Pierre, do you think Newcastle will win on Sunday with Callum Wilson playing? Well, it's going to be pretty hard against Spurs. It all depends. If Bruce is still in charge,
no,
I don't think so. Graham Jones gets the role. We'll see.
Oh my God. I literally see a comment from Thomas on the YouTube channel. He's like, oh, Amanda, we love you.
I think with Sunday, there's 2 or 3 things to think about. If Bruce is still there and he plays the same team as he has been doing, that's going to be the final nail in his coffin.
Oh, yeah.
If he isn't there and somebody else is in charge, whether it's Jones or somebody else, I think that 12th man that we will be screwing my heads off. You know, I still don't think we'll win, but I would take a draw because that's just what we need. It's just that little.
Yeah.
You know, as long as we can sing, you know, hey Mandy, and we can if Levy's there, we can give him a bit of stick, you know.
That's true.
Peter, I'm gonna shoot now, man. I'll see. Right, I'll be in the comment section for 4 Horsemen.
No problem. Ryan, I'll catch you on there. Thank you very much for popping in. And we'll
Ryan, bud.
Pray for the rivals.
Okay. So see you, Ryan.
See ya.
Right. Just let you know, we're probably going to have just over 10 minutes left of the show because I'll have to go and get my team. We've got
I've got to go get a team as well,
so no problem. So we'll just pretty much rattle through a lot more comments. We'll just miss that one, Lisa. I met Steve Bruce on more than one occasion, never had a problem with him, but as a manager, I don't rate him one bit. I can't wait to see the back of him. Yeah, in person, as a person, he might not sound a bad person, but as manager, terrible. Lee says, let's go and get Gareth Southgate. Wow, really?
No.
I think that might be more of a sarcastic comment. Just like Ollie says, who do you think should be off his signing in January? Again, it's tough to tell.
No,
I think it's really tough to tell.
I think
Truth says Shelby can't jog around against Spurs. Coutinho, in my opinion, again, that's another one would be linked, but again, are we going to get him? That we've got to be realistic. That's the thing.
Yep.
Sub player called Trilist is on the team sheet as well. Anyone know anything about him?
No.
Not that I know of it. So far,
well, he's a player, apparently.
Probably for the under 23s and Dembele.
Which one?
No. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm looking forward to when Newcastle United game. Wow. Well, I think we're all looking forward to a bit more.
I always look forward to the game. It's after about 10 minutes. That's when I started thinking, why did I do this?
Pete says, Jamal Lewis went home from training today in an LA taxi. Can the kid not drive?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Well, I don't know that. I haven't
So
seen
what's
that
the
as well. I
family
don't
called?
know.
Does it matter?
Well, I think I've seen Yedlin in a taxi. I think that, but it was the time he was bad from driving at the time. I think. So there we are. Lee says Ginger Ed Sheeran was the last big name at St James's Park. Yeah, that's the last concert we had there. His Excellence Yasir Al Rumayyan is hoping to be in attendance at St James's Park on Sunday. Newcastle's non-executive chairman and governor of the PIF is planning to watch the first match under the new regime. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen that. So it's even there. Stephen says evening all. Evening.
Stephen.
Hope you're well. Lee says, I reckon the consortium should get John on board as the club Serie A expert. Oh, my word.
Could do worse.
I dread that, do you?
Leila says, since Pierre, you watch the National League, who do you think will win it? Maybe a club in North Wales who have just been bought. Tough one to tell at this moment in time, but I like the...
Wasn't that... Yeah, but wasn't that last year when Reynolds bought that Wrexham?
Something like that, maybe. Stephen Richard says you will be bigger than C. Well, again, we'll not get too overhead ourselves straight away. John said on his stream that we should go and get Brewster. Wow, really? Ryan Brewster? Is that what John Sinclair said? Wow,
I think
really?
He's had too much bloody pull.
I'm going to see. I got to pay what he's been drinking.
Geordie says Bromley have had a decent start under Andy Woodman. So far, they stand a good chance of winning the National League. And I think it's between Gateshead and York for the National League North.
Yeah, cool with that.
It'd be interesting. Well, I was at Gateshead on Saturday and they won 3-1 against Boston United.
They're playing well as well.
Boston.
Yes. Ollie says apparently if Bruce is sacked by Sunday, Graham Jones will be in charge. Yeah. Maybe you can get Aka Dekure, Van der Beek, Bailly and Henderson.
Why would Decore leave Everton? Makes no sense.
Jonathan says Peter will Graham Jones too. I mean, he says will he leave too? I think he might stay Graham Jones. I don't know.
Yeah.
Different one because if the I mean, let's just say Conte for the purposes of the discussion to bring him in, he would probably want to bring his own people in. Will he want Jones?
Yeah, that's the thing.
You know, if that's the case, me personally, it's got nothing to do with me, but from my point of view, I think Jones should then, if that happens, should be given a role in the academy or somewhere like that.
Stuart says, with all the money NUFC have, why would we be in for Man U B players? But, well, again, you've got to be realistic. We're not going to expect to make world-class signings. And some of them players Man U got are way better than what we've got.
Yeah, slow, steady build. Yeah.
Exactly. Ben Burnsy, I believe.
Ben,
Bruce, he's on about Brewster. I wouldn't take Brewster, no. If we build a new stadium, I would keep it at St James's Park as a museum fans or area, even overflow for live screening of games. Do you think we'll build a new stadium in the future or not?
No.
The thing is, where we're going to build it, though, where would they build it? That's the problem.
If you go back to the Sir John Hall days, he was going to build at the top of Lees's Park, about half a mile from where St James's Park is. It was going to be partly underground and was going to have massive parking, and for all sorts of reasons it never happened. So that's doable because they were going to pull St James's Park down and then make that the entrance to Lees's Park, or have a smaller sort of a indoor reef or something like that there. But have that. You would do that, but if you take it anywhere else, what you've got to think about if say they go to where is it? Where Kingston Parkway. A few years ago, the people around there might have said, "Yeah," because I mean, access to Kingston Park isn't that good. They're going to go off that. What they don't want is 70,000 cars turning up on a.
No, you don't.
So whereas if it was Lees's Park, the top end, there's not that much housing, and the road infrastructure is not that bad around there. It doesn't get as busy. So that would be it. But I mean, I don't know. The big problem, of course, is Lees's Terrace. Grade 1 listed building. If you were to try and incorporate that, you'd probably build a new stadium cheaper than you'd be able to do that because the the planning process is going to be a nightmare if you try to extend the East Stand. And that's where I sit, so leave the East Stand alone. Free the East Stand.
Yeah. Thomas says, Peter, we'll have 1K subs. Not for a long time, I would say. Lee says, I can't see Amanda coming in and ruthlessly sacking on the dot. However, I do expect it to happen before the Spurs game. Well, exactly. She'll be going in there, meeting the players, meeting the managers and the coaching staff, and doing other bits of work after having a wander around. So, again, it's just a bit of a waiting game at the moment. Spurs haven't been the greatest sides this season. No, they haven't. Remember, if the owner's there Sunday, those players are playing for their livings. He can afford to terminate all of the contracts.
Mhm.
I think there'll be a lot of departures come the end of the season if we are looking to build.
Quite easily, I think they could at least be, I would say, apart from, for me, the only players I would keep is Dubravka, ASM, Wilson, and Willett. The rest can all go.
Pretty much, yeah. True says, don't you think the players will not give a crap what Bruce says they are playing for their careers, in my opinion? Well, yeah, majority. Lee, the felon god, Giola, Graham Jones is supposed to be caretaker of Sunday against Spurs. Yeah, that's what I've heard. No sign of Bruce in that NUFC video. That is telling. Well, again, he is going to be relieved of his duties very shortly now.
The thing is, right, I know he hasn't been sacked, but if he was going to be part of the plans, he would be in that video, shaking hands and everything. He's just not there.
Yeah,
They haven't done a video with him by himself either, so it seems to me that's just crossing the T's and dotting the I's, whatever as the saying goes.
It's more like what hasn't been said than what has been said. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. Was up to True says bosses broke. They need the money. Well, but again, we've got to be realistic when it comes to
realistic and slow. Yeah.
NUFC to get Tarkowski from Burnley. That's more realistic.
I would take as well. I would take Dunk from Brighton.
Oh, Lewis Dunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So not a bad show.
Or even Cody from Wolves as well. The type of players that we're going to be looking for.
Yeah. Tom says the Heat are going well. Often go there. Macaulay Langstaff and Sedgwick Scott are on fire for them this season. Yeah, they scored at the weekend as well. Well, Langstaff got 2 and Sedgwick Scott got 1 as well.
Must be Welsh, are they? Must be Welsh, Sedgwick.
Just read that one. Do you think Pep remembers Tino's hat-trick?
I think he played, didn't he? He played in the game, didn't he? Guardiola for Barcelona, I'm sure he did.
Did he?
Love how Lisa's love how Alweed pronounces Graham Jones's name. Now, did anyone see him on Paul's channel last night?
I've seen it, but I couldn't remember. I can't remember how he did it.
I'll have to have a look again because I can't remember off the top of my head.
I probably donated and Paul said no. I donated, but Paul didn't go, oh, thanks Sam for the donation. He probably did.
Yeah, Lee says Talmoor sounds the sensible idea if the stadium was to move. Well, again,
can't.
No, you can't. I don't think you can.
It's protected land.
It is, yeah.
Planner me day, and it's so the Talmoor is so heavily protected. But Top and Elise's Park, which is not part of that protected land, is an option. But Talmoor, I mean, yes, middle of the Talmoor with tons of stuff around would be awesome, but it can never happen, sadly. But yeah.
It was up to Lena says Amanda can say, could your trying to grade really awful? You need to make it like ours. We certainly need to upgrade it massively. I feel like quit Leicester with how bad we look. Oh, didn't give up on your team, Lena.
No, stay with your team.
Don't be a glory fan, man.
Yeah, Steven says your stadium 52,000 with safe standing. You could bring it up to 60, and what we're trying to do at Bromley Moor Dock Stadium. Yeah, I've seen that. Lee says Bruce out. Yep. I've just read that one. Sorry, Bruce went home at 5:30. He was there today. Like they did talk. Yeah, he was there. He's just not in the video, but he was definitely there. Yeah, Peter says how Shelby in the under-20s race just to give him a bit of match fitness for.
They're allowing 1 or 2 overage players, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean they are. Let me see. The building a new 20k area on the quayside with bars and stuff. The old one will be destroyed. Okay.
Yes, they are. Yes, in between the Sage and the Baltic Arts Centre. Yes, I mean that's been on the card since I worked at Gateshead, and that's what 10 or 12 years ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Leila says we should target Juve, Boston, Real Madrid like Sieno, Isco.
Hang on, right? When Leila says we, does she mean Newcastle or Leicester? Because I know she's a Leicester fan. So
well, that's a good question.
Who does she mean?
We'll share, Leila. We'll share.
True says we will sign a key player. They have ambition, but not world class, in my opinion. Yeah, I totally agree. Ginger says, sorry, we are the world's richest team. The Prince Saudi won't want to come watch Shay. Well, there'll certainly be money in there to get new players.
Yeah.
Where's up to? Sometimes my comments Lee says because you can play 3 players over in the under 23. It will give Shelby a bit of fitness. I suppose Sam is right. Pep played in the Bossa team that night. It says Bruce Brighton to get top 6 was my start of the season prediction. Now we are the haters. I don't know. Brighton have been on a real roll this season so far.
About Brighton.
Which has more chance Southend getting to the Football League or Sunderland winning the Premier League? Oh, God almighty.
Is that a stupid question when they're in League One?
It's a fair question, but how long will it take for Sunderland to get to the top 6 of the Premier League?
The Southampton get promoted, don't they? Well, Southampton do get promoted in that 6. I mean, one promotion over 2 promotions and a big takeover and a massive overhaul. If it's going to take us 5 to 10 years, they're at least going to be 50 or 60 years, maybe longer.
Hi, true.
I'd love to see them in the Premier League, to be fair. But it isn't going to happen anytime soon, sadly.
Build on Castle Lease this week in States and James's Park until it's built. Then demolish St James's Park and incorporate the land into Leases Park to replace Castle Leases.
Yeah, good call, Tom.
Good. Leila says, "Oh, is this one of these funny names?" She's not trying to mention, is it?
I wouldn't say it because it doesn't sound right.
Ginger says, Proudlock, we've got to start looking at top players, not bottom team players. Cause Amanda answers to the Saudi Prince. That's true. Trudeau says, Peter, you missed coming out to the ground last week. So fun. Unfortunately, I had work, so I couldn't. Unfortunately, I would love to, but unfortunately, I was working. Leila says Paul Jannel has rocked up in subs. It certainly has. Paul's done it very well for his channel. But anyway, guys, we'll end it there because I'll have to go and get my tea very soon and get prepared for 8 o'clock for you know what.
Yeah.
There's something on, Mike. There's something on, Mike.
I don't know.
Can you just imagine if Bruce gets sacked on when the Four Horsemen's on?
Oh, that would be hilarious, that But anyway, guys. Anyway, guys, thanks you very much for coming in
for
tonight. And we'll no doubt catch you in the comments at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, absolutely.
As well. See you, Dave.
Bye. Take care.
See you, Dave. And see you, Chibbers. God knows what you're going to come up at 8 o'clock.
We'll find you.
See you later, Chibbers.
See you later.
I'll just rattle through these comments quickly. Leila said you should make your marquee signing McGeady. Oh, wow. Who'll be not on about Aidan McGeady. Great show. See you at 8. Yeah, catch you there, Truls, at 8 o'clock. Well then, guys, that's it for there. And yes, I'll catch you at 8 o'clock for the Four Horsemen of the Toon. Let me know what you think. We covered some really good points on this show for tonight. And there you are. So don't forget to like, drop your comments. And please, if you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. We really, really appreciate it, and it helps build this channel up even more as well. And this says Basuma. Again, that's not a bad show, but I'm hearing, has he been actually in trouble? From what I've heard. I forgot what it was for, but again, we'll wait and see. But anyway, guys, thank you very much. As I mentioned, don't forget to like, comment, please subscribe as well. And catch you all at 8 p.m.